I just want to challenge you to either A, leverage people who are at the identity and or above the identity of the people you are trying to recruit into the business, and or B, become that person so that way you can do it all on your own. Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Matthew Welsh, and welcome to the Leaders Only podcast, where we talk about business, leadership, mindset, and it's pretty much anything revolved around building an incredible life. You know, the reason that I started this podcast is because I felt like on the way to where we're at now, there wasn't really a place to go learn tangible skill sets, leadership qualities, and mindset strategies that you can learn today, apply today, and get immediate results. And so the goal of this podcast is to teach you the things that you need to actually win, to actually change your life, and to actually grow your business and grow your team if you're someone that's in a leadership role. And so if you can do me a favor, if you ever get something out of our message, if you ever get something out of the content, if you can like, share, subscribe, just tell people about it. We put out all this information for free. And so all we ask is that you share it with a friend if you get something out of it. So with that being said, thank you guys so much, and let's tune in.
Let's go. I'm a big mood. You can't name a lot of things that I didn't.
Today, what I'm going to teach you is how to recruit people into your business that will go on to succeed faster. Because as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, I'm constantly looking for top tier talent, because top tier talent that comes into our organization has a higher likelihood of winning. If they win, they stay. If they stay and win, it's better for the business, it's better for the organization. And so what I want to do is I want to teach you how to recruit these people and what I look for when it comes to recruiting these people. And so before I go into the 3 recommendations on how to recruit better people into your business, I just want to challenge you to never underestimate someone with a white hot burning desire. Because even if they don't fit the mold of what I'm about to talk about in a second, if somebody has a white hot burning desire to do something great with their life, to do big things, you can't stop someone like that. And so ultimately, that is what we're looking for. Someone with a white hot burning desire to do something great with their life, to be somebody, to challenge the status quo. We're looking for people like that. But at the end of the day, that's a rare breed. And so outside of finding someone with that passion, that conviction, that energy, that enthusiasm, that certainty, if we're not going to find someone like that all the time, what I still do want to find is people with top tier talent, because that's how we scale and that's how we grow. And so as I go over these 3, the third one is my absolute favorite, but obviously we got to start with number 1. And so to give you an idea, one of the things that I'm constantly looking for is someone with an income identity. Let me say it again. They have an income identity. They have an identity of earning a specific income. Because if you are in a business where you're an independent contractor, where you control your time, you control your schedule, and all of a sudden you make in a 1099 type of position and or a business owner type of position, the same level of income that you were making at your job, but you make that income with the freedom of schedule, the flexibility in your schedule where you create your own hours, you are already living a significantly better life. So it's easier for someone to get comfortable at those levels. And so if you want to attract people into your sales team that go on to make 50,000, that go on to make 100,000, that go on to make $250,000, and they go on to make these levels of income quickly, the best way to do that is recruit people who are already earning that type of income. Because if somebody makes 75,000 a year and you recruit them into your business, they are coming into your business to make no less than 75,000. But if all of a sudden you recruit somebody into your business that makes 30,000, if they get to 30,000 in your business and now they get to create their own schedule and they're making that 30,000, it's going to be easy for them to get comfortable and never reach the 75,000. So I like to look for people that have better income identities because they're coming to replace their income. And if I have people coming to replace their income at 100,000, that means that they're expecting to sell and make 100,000, which means that my business is going to be better and they're going to go on to succeed faster. So pay attention to people's income identities. One of the ways that you can do this is by targeting cities with average household incomes that are higher. So for instance, in my business, when it comes to recruiting and scaling, and we're in all 50 states, we're in Puerto Rico, we're in Canada, the Virgin Islands, and even 33 countries. What I'm constantly looking for are cities that have a higher average income. And the reason I'm targeting the cities that have an average higher income is because it gives me the ability to find people who have higher income identities, which means that when I recruit them into our business, I teach them how to win, I teach them how to sell, I teach them how to get results. They naturally will go on to replace that income, which is overall better for the business and it's better for their family as well, because now they're earning that same income, but on their terms. So that's the first thing that I look for, is people with a higher income identity. The second thing that I will tell you that will help you attract better people in your business is you becoming better. As a 6, you won't recruit a 7 unless you leverage an 8 or become an 8. Let me say it again. If you were a 6 when it comes to your identity, your performance, the confidence in which you have in yourself, the belief in which you have in yourself, if you were a 6 when it comes to the caliber of person that you are, and all of a sudden you speak to a 7, that 7 has a higher identity than you, so it's going to be very difficult for you to influence that 7 to want to be in business with you. So as a 6, you can either A, leverage an 8 to recruit that 7 for you, and or become that 8 so it becomes easier for you to recruit a 7 and or a 6. And so if you can work on your own identity and you can work on becoming, as you become, you will attract. Let me say that again. As you become, you will attract. And so I am constantly working on becoming as a human being, becoming in my confidence, becoming in my faith, becoming in the way that I treat other people, becoming in the confidence I have with myself, my belief in myself. I'm constantly working on becoming in my knowledge and my experience and my wisdom and my leadership and my skill sets, because the more I become, the better I become, the easier it becomes for me to recruit top tier talent into my business. When I was making $50,000 a year, I remember recruiting people that made $10,000 to $20,000 a year because that's all I felt confident doing, because I felt like I had the influence to recruit them. Now being in a position where I have a business that does 8+ figures a year, I have a business that has 4,000 different agencies. We have business that's doing over $10 million in production every single month. Let me say it again, over $10 million in sales every single month. Now that I have a business that's doing that, well, then guess what? It becomes a lot easier for me to sit down with somebody who makes $500,000 a year, who makes $1 million a year in income, and recruit these people, because my identity and my results are significantly above that. It makes it easier for me to attract these people into my business. And so I just want to challenge you to either A, leverage people who are at the identity and or above the identity of the people you are trying to recruit into the business, and or B, become that person so that way you can do it all on your own. Remember, a 6 cannot recruit a 7 unless they become an 8 and or leverage an 8. But regardless, let's make sure that we attract these people into your business. Does that sound good? Fantastic. And last but not least, number 3, one of the best ways to recruit top tier talent into your business is just look for people who have won before. Look for people who have succeeded before. Look for people who have experienced levels of success before. Well, why is this? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so if you have the recipe for winning, whether it's winning in sports, whether it's winning in a career, maybe it's you just graduated with your master's degree, maybe you were the best badminton player in the entire world. I don't know what it is, but if you have established the recipe for winning in your mind, now all you have to do is take that recipe, apply it in this space, and you will go on to become successful. I was speaking to somebody last night. I spoke at a seminar with about 500 people at that seminar. And somebody came up to me and said, Matt, I know you played soccer. What advice would you give to me? And I told him, I said, listen, were you pretty good at soccer? He goes, yeah. I said, everything that it took for you to be good at soccer is what it's going to take for you to be good at business. The only difference is the skill set. It's the same mindset, but it's a different skill set. The mindset that it takes to be good at soccer is the same mindset that it takes to be good in business. So it's not a different mindset. It's just a different skill set. So if you apply that soccer mindset in business, boom, you're going to explode. So I am constantly looking for people who have won before. Maybe they're not in the best place financially right now, but maybe they're in a transitionary period. But if I know they've won before and they have the confidence that they can win again, oh my goodness, you got a force to be reckoned with. So those are the things that I'm looking for. Number 1, people with an income identity. Number 2, I focus on becoming so I can attract people into my business that are significantly better. And then last but not least, I look for people who have won before, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. It's not a different mindset. It's just a different skill set. And if I find someone with the right mindset, they will go on to learn the skill set. And so if you got something out of today's content, if you can do me a favor, if you can like, share, subscribe, tell somebody about it. Obviously, we put out all this information for free. All we ask is that if you got some value, you tell a friend. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next week on the Leaders Only podcast.